Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. Let me read this out from Zack Snyder on Vero. There was a time above, a time before there was perfect things, diamond absolutes, but things fall, things on earth, and what falls is fallen in the dream. It took me to the light, a beautiful lie. Best Batman ever. Thank you, my friend, for blessing me with that fucking glorious chin and an amazing heart. Isn't that a great dedication from Zack Snyder to Ben Affleck, who last week announced he was no longer Batman and got us all talking all over the place, and so many videos have been done about it now. I think that's a beautiful dedication from Zack Snyder, from a very, very beautiful man, and it's beautiful, and I'm sure Ben Affleck really appreciated that, because Ben hasn't really been treated very well. The reaction to the fans when he was first announced was despicable. The way he was treated by the studio wasn't great either, and it's sad. And the way he was treated by bloggers and pundits with the unhappy Affleck thing was disgusting as well. But he was a great Batman. I don't think he's the best. I still say Bale's better than him, but I loved him. I think he was amazing. BVS was his crowning glory. He was very creatively involved in that film, and it showed him and Zack really collaborated so well together. So from the previous Batman to the rumours of the next Batman, Armie Hammer is being rumoured to being Matt Reeves' Batman in the Batman movie. What absolute BS. This is the most laziest piece of journalism I have ever seen. And there's lots of clickbait and, things trying to get people to subscribe to channels. Oh, Armie Hammer's, confirmed as the Batman. He's not. This Armie Hammer rumour has been going for 200 years. Well, maybe not 200 years, but a very long time. You see, what happened before was DC and Warner Brothers had more leaks than Delilah's bucket. But now, since Walter Hamada has come in, everything's tightened up. Nobody knows anything. I mean, I get some trickles of information sometimes. Sometimes I talk to you a lot about it on here. Sometimes I keep it to myself because it's that important that it doesn't come out. I can be trusted, and this is why people tell me things. I don't think it's important. I don't think it's more important that I get clicks and views on my YouTube channel than protecting the dceu, the worlds of DC. I think that's the most important thing to me because I care about this franchise so much. But I woke up this morning and I found, and guess who leaked this news? Mario Vobles from Revenge of the Fans. He should be writing fairy tales. He should be on Jackanory, or they don't do Jackanory anymore. Very old UK children's TV show where they used to read stories. This guy, nothing this guy ever says ever comes true. And I'm fed up of YouTubers using him as a source. He cannot be trusted, right? This guy is not going to be Batman. It's as simple as that. It's not happening. It's the thing, right? It's the thing that's being, as I say, Armie Hammer being rumoured as the Batman has been going on for the past 20 years. It's never going to happen. Personally, I don't want it to happen. I don't think he's a particularly great actor. I think he looks beautiful on screen. I think he can deliver his lines okay. But that doesn't mean he's a great actor, and I don't think he'd make a great Batman. And I don't want it to happen. I think there's so many better unknowns out there who could become great Batman. So I hope it doesn't happen. In fact, I know it's not going to happen. So, yeah, as I say, Revenge of the Fans is Mario Vobles' character, who I did follow before. But because he writes some great stuff. I mean, his social media posts is like monologues, and he says a lot of great stuff about Zack Snyder, the DCEU. It's all very interesting stuff. But when it comes to his kind of stories and inside stuff, look, nobody knows anything. Even the people who are reliable, verified sources, who are kind of bloggers or pundits or whatever or scoopers, don't know anything. The only time a scooper actually posts anything that actually is true now is when Warner Brothers release it through the Hollywood Reporter. So once something's released through the Hollywood Reporter, it's pretty much a fact, which is kind of worrying about Henry Cavill not being Superman because they posted it, didn't they? So That's interesting, but it seems to me that Warner Brothers have decided to leak everything through the Hollywood Reporter now, which is interesting, and they get quotes from WB and everything. So unless you see it on the Hollywood Reporter, I'd say it's not true. Or if you hear it from me, because I'm a very reliable source. But yeah, Armie Hammer is not going to be the Batman. To me, I'm insulted that Mario and his Revenge of the Fans podcast even went this way. I think it's despicable. When people lie this blatantly, and I've gone to the verified scoopers and I've actually DM'd them this morning and said, is there any truth? Because you never know, do you? I think as soon as you see Armie Hammer, you know it's lies. You know you've just woken up from a previous day that was a slow news day. But you want to check it out, and yeah, they said it was bullshit. I knew it was bullshit, but it's a shame really, but this is the future now. Because this is the thing, everyone wants to talk about the DCEU, whether they love it, hate it, or indifferent to it, or don't give a shit, or never seen or picked up a comic book film, a comic book movie, or an actual graphic novel in their lives. Talking about the DCEU from the moment Man of Steel was in production is big business for people. Because some people, unlike me, don't talk about it because they love it. They just talk about it because it can make them a lot of money. It puts butts in seats. So saying this, and what amazes me, it amazes me how many people actually believed it was true. People say, oh, I'm surprised how quickly everyone, denied this rumour was true, because it's a scoop. Some people actually called this a news story. It's not a news story. It's just someone sitting in their mum's basement, tapping on their computer and saying, oh, I don't know, what should we say? Well, Ben Affleck only quit a week ago, so if I put a really stupid rumour online, everyone is going to be retweeting me, and maybe when I do a video, and I don't know if Mario does videos, he's going to get a lot of views and a lot of attentions. The point is that Mario Robles in the Revenge of the Fans is a really good podcaster, but when it comes to leaking news, as I've already said, there's no validity to it. This is me just saving you time and trouble, that this actor is not going to get this role. So what do you think? Would you like Armie Hammer to be the next Batman, or would you rather be an unknown or someone younger? Personally, I've never wanted Armie Hammer to be Batman. I don't know why there's an obsession online for Armie Hammer to be the Batman. It's not going to be him. I trust Matt Reeves to cast the right person. And of course, there's a school of thought. Maybe he'll cast an older Batman. Recast an older Batman if Ben Affleck's not involved at all, which I find that insane. But maybe Matt decided that Ben, because of his problems, may be unreliable. I don't know. And I think if you're going to cast an older Batman, you've got to go for Michael Keaton, haven't you? Everybody loves Michael Keaton as Batman. Christian Bale would also be very, very popular. But we shall see, because I've got a theory, of course, which you guys all know about, and my Batman Beyond theory, that this is not actually a Noir detective drama set in the past, but it's actually a Noir Batman detective drama set in the future, when Batman's an older Batman and he's training a younger Batman. So it'll be very, very interesting what happens with all of that. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another DCEU Daily.